3, 2, 1. Brace yourself for unprecedented epicness, because today, another Halo 2 bout is about to commence. What will transpire? What will happen? I do not know. The future is an enigma. Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, let's dabble into this. Let's find a match. Let's delve into the fray of battle. I'm ready to be embroiled in war. I'm ready to decimate my adversaries. I'm ready to give them a trouncing. They're going to demonstrate unrequited hostility to me. This is no time for niceties. Team SWAT? No. Damn, I gotta get out of here. I have to rage quit. It's imperative. It's salient. Then I leave immediately.
Slayer.
I'm about to be evicted from this match. Just like Watch In, the genie. Remember Yu-Gi-Oh! How he was evicted from his bottle? Or from his summoning lamp? Not bottle. So I'm curious about what the viewers think about all this. No one's talking, everyone's on mute. BR's on lockout. No. Pass. Is there a Team Slayer match I can join? Possibly. My body's inflamed from being sedentary. What do you guys want to hear? Do you want to hear my thoughts about movies, about animes, about food, about nutrition, about the workforce, about the economy, about automation? Please feel free to divulge. We can delve into any topic. I guess no one's here. Let's find a Team Slayer match. Team SWAT. No problem. Well, this game's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a riot. I'm ready to bask in victory.
Slayer. Game over.
With the show. It ended the second I joined. That's disheartening. But the show's going on. Flavor, well, I wouldn't describe popcorn as zesty nor as tangy. Well, that popcorn is plain. Everything I eat is plain. I ate that popcorn when I was a vegan. Now I'm a fruitarian. Fruitarianism is a subset of veganism. I only eat fruits and vegetables, nothing else. I abstain and desist from eating whole grains, from eating synthetic, artificial, bastardized foods. Everything I eat is raw, is uncooked.
Slayer.
I don't even use a microwave. I don't want to cook the enzymes in my food, and I Fletcherize everything. I chew it slowly. I want to optimize digestion. So how do you optimize a digestive process? Well, first off, you don't eat anything that induces discomfort or inflammation, and you eat everything in a specific order. Start out, you can eat a couple servings of vegetables, and you move on to your fruits. Now, a lot of fruits don't combine well, so you want to eat your acidic fruits first, then your subacidic fruits, and then your sweet fruits, and then you move on to eating your vegetables, and then you move on to eating your fatty fruits, or your fatty foods. But if you're going to eat protein-dense foods, you want to be able to eat that before you eat your fatty fruits, or your fatty foods. Now, I'm presuming that everyone watching this video is not a vegan or a fruitarian, so in a nutshell, it's like this. Eat some servings of vegetables, a couple servings, and eat all your servings of fruit, acidic fruits, subacidic fruits, and sweet fruits. Move on to eating your vegetables, then eat your protein-dense foods, eat your carbohydrate-dense foods, and then eat your fat-dense foods. It's as simple as that. I don't eat anything carbohydrate-dense. The foods I eat, they're tangy, they're zesty, they're piquant, they're scrumptious, they're succulent, they're flavorful, and they're nutrient-dense. What else? Now, in order to augment the nutritional value of the fruits and vegetables, I add ginger and I add turmeric. And in order to optimize my health, I fast 5 days per week for 120 hours in a row. And during that time, in the interim, as I'm not eating, I only drink distilled water, just devoid of any minerals. I do not want to exit ketosis. I want my telomeres to become elongated. I want my body to rejuvenate my DNA. I want to stimulate my growth hormones. And what better way to do it other than through fasting? Or I should say, there's no better way to do it other than through fasting. At least that's what the evidence-based research findings show. Fasting is such a potent way to mend your body and optimize your health that rats just periodically fasting are able to more than double their lifespans. So bear that in mind. But if you fast, you need to make sure that you're getting the right nutrients and that you can at least maintain your weight. So on my eating days, I'll have anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 calories. In conjunction with that, I'll eat 30 to 50 fruits. It takes forever to eat. A meal could take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. And I eat slowly. I want my body to break down the foods. I want to minimize digestive discomfort. I want the enzymes to break down the fruits and vegetables that I eat. But that's what my diet entails. It's a huge facet of my life. It's a huge component of my life. Because 2 days are just consumed with constantly eating. And 5 days are consumed with constantly working incessantly. My work is perennial, it never ends. But yeah, if your diet's devoid of nutrients, and if you're underweight, then it may behoove you to not undergo prolonged fasting. What does that icon mean? What is the esoteric meaning of the tail? I do not know. Just shed light on it. Damn. These matches are so slow paced. Where is everyone? Someone's lurking in the shadows. Now if you want to retard oxidation, leave your food submerged in water. Cooking food creates these carcinogenic properties. And obviously, again, a reason why I do not eat synthetic products, animal carcasses, animal secretions, is because they ravage the DNA and they're chock full of noxious components, deleterious compounds, carcinogens, endocrine disruptors, and of course neurotoxins. I would never eat any seafood. It's tainted with mercury and it ravages your DNA. We're meant to be frugivores. We have long intestines, high pH levels, flat teeth, and fruit fits perfectly in the palms of our hands. We lack any innate weaponry, unlike real carnivores. Cancer can be completely remedied. When tumors become 4 inches in diameter, they cause their victims to succumb to death. But fasting allows your body to slaughter senescent cells and cancer cells. And it bolsters your body's ability to do that. It triggers those mechanisms for your divine body to mend itself. Senescent cells are supposed to die in a process called apoptosis. When they clog your body, they age you. They're detrimental. They ravage your DNA. Senescent cells are cells that are ravaged and impaired, and that should explode and kill themselves if they don't. And when the senescent cells don't kill themselves, when your body becomes cluttered with deleterious cells that don't serve you in any capacity, they only harm you. Mutations are deadly. Oh yeah, that segues into my next topic, which is de-evolution. And let me debunk the myths of evolution. Now, how is evolution impossible? Well, anytime you have a mutation, you lose genetic information, so you devolve, and you can never change it into something outside the parameters of your DNA. So look at your body like a book. Look at your genetic code like a book. Anytime there's a mutation, a chapter gets ripped out, and you become a devolved form. Those nutrients, birth defects, are 100% preventable, and mutations always cause adverse effects. So as a species, we're devolved. We've lost genetic information over time. Our ancestors were stronger, and they had the original design. As our bodies mutate, we become degraded beings. A mutation never adds any genetic information, so mutations are detrimental, and a human, as well as other species, can only devolve. You want to avert mutations as much as possible. You want to do everything in your power to safeguard your DNA. And that's why I advise you to do everything in your power to mitigate DNA damage. If your environment is tainted with carcinogens, then find a non-carcinogenic environment to reside in. If you're putting your body under siege by eating foods tainted with pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, noxious chemicals, neurotoxins, carcinogens, and endocrine disruptors that desist from eating those detrimental foods that will compromise your vitality, health, and overall well-being. You want to do everything in your power to prolong your life and to never increase your mortality rate. What else? I recommend being a vegetarian. It will prolong your life. Let's read the chat. Most foods are detrimental to our health. Everything I eat is characterized by high levels of alkalinity. Cancer, a tumor, cannot survive in an alkaline body. The only part of our body that needs to be acidic is our stomach. We need hydrochloric acid in our stomach to disintegrate everything we eat. Sodas neutralize hydrochloric acid. I recommend never utilizing oils because they're oxidized. They're poison to the body. You never want to eat anything oxidized. Just bear that in mind. Welcome back to you. I'm just ranting and raving about dieting and food and about sheer utter nonsense. But if you missed it, you know, evolution is impossible. In human beings and other species, whenever a mutation, you lose genetic information and you become a lesser being. You can never add genetic information to your DNA through a mutation. So mutations will undoubtedly shorten your lifespan and cause you to be degraded in every facet. Unfortunately, to my dismay, you can never change into something outside the parameters of your DNA. Your DNA is the fabric of your being. It's your essence. I wonder what exists outside this simulation. Energy can never be created nor destroyed. You know, everything in this world is non-tangible, to say the least. How is that possible? Well, everything is comprised of a myriad of particles, and particles are fluctuations of energy vibrating at extremely slow frequencies. So energy is matter waiting to be liberated. In other words, everything that you see that appears tangible is purely to disintegrate is really comprised of energy, consolidated energy, that will eventually become liberated. The elements will liberate it in due time. It may take eons, it may take centuries, it could take millions of years, but eventually it will revert back into its original form. What else? It's too bad we cannot see everything at the atomic level. I wonder what exists outside the simulation. I wonder what exists outside this cause and effect multiverse. Hopefully I can prolong the lifespan of my vessel as long as possible. But who knows? Now, what is a natural cause, you may ask? They say that someone died from a natural cause, it means a disease. And diseases are truly unnatural. They could be averted. People are neglectful towards their health and compromise their health on a daily basis. We're not eating the foods that we have the anatomy to digest. We're eating foods that harm our body, and we're living lifestyles that do not optimize our health. What else? I guess that pretty much covers everything.